Shu Liqin's mood was a bit tangled at this time. The 30 million dowry is certainly very attractive, but the key to this matter is to let her son marry a pregnant woman. Isn't this what people often say about being a father? Although she is not a young woman, she still have some understanding of these buzzwords. However, when she thought that Mr. Shui had opened his 30 million dowry and returned various resources to support, Shu Liqin began to look forward to it in the depths of her heart. In her opinion, as long as more money is given, it is not a big problem for her son to be a father. But the key point of this matter is that if the other party is pregnant with a Chinese child, it's okay to say, then you can explain to your relatives and friends and say that the two have gotten pregnant in private, so they got married. In the face of money, after the child is born, he raises the child as his own. After waiting for 2 years, let her give birth to her own son. But the point is that Mr. Shui's daughter is still pregnant with a black child. If this really allows her son to marry her, when the child is born, his son will not be pierced in the backbone? Thinking of this, Shu Liqin hesitated somewhat. Seeing her hesitation, Sister Lu whispered in her ear, "Liqin, let me tell you the truth, Mr. and Mrs. Shui are very anxious now. They didn't know about their daughter's pregnancy before, but now the problem is. Don't hurry up. Dealing with it, when their daughter is pregnant, Mr. Shui and his wife can't hold it on their faces." Shu Liqin's heart moved. If you look at it this way, then Mr. Shui should be very anxious now. That being the case, let yourself be better off. Thinking of this, Shu Liqin said immediately, "Sister Lu, to be honest, this matter is indeed a bit too shameful. We also have the heart to help Mr. Shui, but we can't let people blame my son's nose in the future and call him a catch." Sister Lu hurriedly said, "So Mr. Shui also understands your family's situation. If you are willing to suffer this grievance, Mr. Shui will definitely give your family a little more money. Liqin, let me be honest, earning some money these years is a lot more. What's more, it's still 30 million. Ordinary people can't make so much money in a lifetime. Shui always thinks about your family, mainly because of your child. All aspects of it are quite suitable, and they don't lose face when they are married to your family." Speaking of this, Sister Lu hurriedly added, "To be honest, Mr. Shui offered such good terms. If he went to find someone else's house, they would have rushed to agree. I advise you, don't miss this good chance." Shu Liqin smiled and said, "Sister Lu, I know you are also kind, but to be honest, if this kind of thing is spread to people with no money, they must rush to agree. But our family it's a bit of a foundation. Mr. Shui's price is really low." Sister Lu looked at her and asked, "Liqin, I have a good relationship with you, so let's not go around in circles. You can just tell me the number. For me, I will quickly reply to Mr. Shui if Mr. Shui has no objection." So the two parties decided on that, and then they decided on the date, held the wedding, and received the certificate. Shu Liqin said in a low voice, "Let's do it like this. Sister Lu, please tell Mr. Shui and his wife, just talk about this, and the dowry can't be less than 50 million. As for the flour resources in the supermarket, most of it must be allocated to my family. If they agree, then we don't choose any dates. You see, my banquet is set up, and the wedding rainbow door has not written a name. Just have a family to send her daughter over, we will have the wedding today." After speaking, Shu Liqin smiled and said, "Sister Lu, their daughter is pregnant. This must not be delayed. The sooner the better. In addition, if you help me with this, sister, I will go back privately. I'll give you 2 million in benefits." The main reason why Sister Lu was so enthusiastic about this errand was that Mr. Shui had promised her that if she could find a good man for her daughter who would be willing to accept the baby, then Mr. Shui will give her 5 million. After all, Mr. Shui is such an only child, and said that he didn't want his daughter's reputation to be bad. Therefore, in the eyes of Mr. Shui, it is very worthwhile to spend more money on this matter. Now when she heard that, Shu Liqin said that she was willing to give her another 2 million. Sister Lu was also very excited. This thing is done, that's 7 million. The money is too easy. Thinking of this, she immediately took out her mobile phone and called Mr. Shui. As soon as the phone call, she smiled and said, "Oh, Mr. Shui, there is good news to tell you that the old man's wife is interested in your proposal." "Oh," the other party asked excitedly, "what do you say? They agreed? When can the wedding be held?" In fact, Mr. Shui and his wife had already fallen in love with Sun Dewang's son, Carden. The young man looks very energetic and has a good character. What is more rare is to graduate from a prestigious university. The best thing is that he hasn't been married yet. Although his daughter is preen at NT with a foreigner, he doesn't want his daughter to be looking for a second marriage divorce. Naturally, it is best to find this kind of unmarried person. Moreover, the family conditions of Carden's family are also good. They will not be wronged by his daughter. The best thing is that Sun Dewang's business depends on him. This means that he can always hold him if his family dares to be married. If it's not good for their daughter, then they will cut off his income directly. Then they will definitely have to obediently provide for their daughter as an aunt. So, Mr. Shui smiled happily and asked, "Is that son of the old Sun family willing?" "If he is willing, it would be great. I have seen this kid. Good, good, really good. If this thing can be done, then I really have to thank you very much."